for Batman.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the current Prime Minister. Can the Prime Minister confirm that he's had 5 different signature energy policies, including 2 just today? He's planning on dumping his signature big business handout, and his government is completely paralysed by infighting and chaos. Isn't it the case that Australians are paying the price for the circus that this government and its policies have become?
The Minister for the Environment and Energy.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I thank the member for Batman for a question. And she should have welcomed today's announcements because they will lower power prices, Mr Speaker. They will lower power prices. The ACCC is a cop on the beat. It conducted a 15-month inquiry. It was able to compel some 50,000 documents from the companies and shine a light on their behaviour. And as a result, there were 56 recommendations. And today we are announcing important ones that have been welcomed by ACCI, representing businesses across the country, including in her electorate, been welcomed by the National Seniors Group, Mr Speaker, representing many people who, for them, are struggling with their power bills. We're on the side of the consumer. You're on the side of the big power companies, Mr Speaker. You're on the side of the big power companies. Now, the member for Batman is a former union leader, probably like most on the other side, Mr Speaker. Do you think the member for Batman would listen to the words of the CFMEU president who wrote about Labor's 50% target? An increased renewable energy target of 50% by 2030 will increase the cost of electricity for manufacturing and ordinary households while being a poor tool to reduce Australia's overall global warming emissions. Did you hear that, Mr Speaker? The union movement are telling the member for Batman, stop all the worry about emissions and think about people's power prices. What about Ben Davis, the Victorian Secretary of the AWU, the former member for Maribyrnong's former secretary? What did they have to say? And I quote, "The rush away from coal and gas-fired electricity power stations to renewables is a little unseemly in its haste because we are potentially crucifying hundreds of thousands of manufacturing workers." Well, Mr Speaker, there is one member of those opposite who is actually a conscientious objector. One member. She's got her head down, Mr Speaker. Who do you think it was? Who do you think it was, Mr Speaker? It's the member for Paterson, Mr Speaker. The member for Paterson. Why? Because the member for Paterson is the daughter of a coal miner who holds an electorate in New South Wales Hunter. And I quote, she told the Australian she would support the construction of a new coal-fired power station. Hey, Mr Speaker, come on over to the member for Paterson. At the end of the day, we know what's going on over there. The Leader of the Opposition has sold out the workers he pretends to represent. He has done a deal with the Greens to protect his left flank. He is not supporting the workers, the blue-collar workers, the jobs of Australians that depend on cost-effective energy policies. Only the Coalition will deliver lower power prices.
Has concluded.